Hey there, it's Arsenine and welcome back to Plants vs Zombies. This is part 5 of, I believe it's going to be maybe 12 total parts to do all the minigames and puzzles. Just a reminder that when I eventually splice the adventure mode segments together, I'll remove the intro section since it wouldn't make any sense. And check out the previous parts in the series if you've missed them, and without delaying any further, and before I happen to adventure. Also check out the previous parts in the series if you've missed them. And just before I start, I want to show you what I meant here. So see, you need to finish adventure mode to unlock, and I could do these now, but I'll just wait until I'm actually done with adventure mode. I think this is a bit different. It says earn one more vase breaker trophy to unlock, but since I don't like interruption, I'm just gonna do the entire adventure to completion before I, do anything. So yeah. And just as a reminder, I did spend money on the gloom shroom, so that was pretty unfortunate. Whoa, they even found a way onto your roof. Those are some persistent zombies, dude. You need to use cabbage balls here due to your roost angle. Remember that and you're good to go. But here's the thing. Again, similar to, other stuff and mechanics. You probably don't need the cabbage ball. Too bad you can't really see your lawn, but you don't exactly need the cabbage ball if you know how you're gonna deal with them. So just think of how to solve this without your cabbage ball. Basically, this is a good angle for them. Now, unfortunately, and this is a really unfortunate thing, I do have to line up the things pretty quick because I don't have any roof cleaners or anything, and they did say that you should play it grounded and everything, so yeah. In any case, I'm probably gonna do that. Maybe thinking, oh my god, what is this guy doing, right? But frankly, I only need these 2 lanes. So every other lane is perfectly fine. This lane can be eaten completely. That's completely fine because I need to set up everything properly anyways. Yeah, I don't mind it eating through the entire lane actually. Okay, I need to delay that one quite a fair bit actually. Because I'm going for the 3 Peters on that one. So that'll be fine. Yeah, all this is carefully thought out, by the way. Yeah, just keep eating it. Yeah, luckily actually for me over there. I'm gonna try and save for the 3 Peters. If I can't get a 3 Peter in time for that one, then it's perfectly fine. See, it just barely angles the roof, so yeah, that's kind of how you have to deal with it. This part doesn't really work, so you have to be really tactful with how it works. It should make it in time. So you just need tons and tons of sunflowers. And then that over there. So yeah, the roof levels aren't nearly as difficult as the fog levels because once you get the coffee bean, it does open up a lot, and I do mean a lot of opportunities for you to actually clear the level pretty easily. So that's why I'm not too worried about that. Come on, just give me more. I need 2 more. Yep, there we go. Actually 3 more at that point in time. I don't know why I brain farted and said 2 more, but yeah. Oh shit. Just take that then. Okay, fine. It's a bit of a waste, but that worked out fine. I actually wanted to throw something else in there. I couldn't have them use that for now. In the event I needed to plant anything there. So yeah. Just to see if I am incorrect, I'm going to put this here. I think it doesn't hit, right? Yeah, it doesn't. So you see, it just dies over here, but it does protect these 2, so it's still okay. Not the best, but it's okay. Yeah. So ideally, it does that to protect that, you see? Look at that. I don't think so, dude. Yeah. Everything is going not too bad, actually. Could be worse. Just need to make sure the middle lane is sort of protected. Everything else is perfectly fine. And when I finish this, I'll just get the grounded achievement. Boom. I don't think so. If I can stall them, I can probably use a squash to finish it off. Yeah. Oh, okay. Can't really stall that, right? Okay, stall with that. It has its use. Yeah. If I had a pumpkin here, it's the perfect stall since I can just like put the squash inside there. But the sacrifice is no P, but yeah. Yep, there we go. Aha, flower pot. And as a result of that, I would have unlocked the grounded achievement. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I actually need the roof cleaner, so... Basically, it's like he's here to scam you, you know? So now that you have this, you can just pick these. Pumpkin will be good. These are all good options, actually. Because of your need for flower pots, right? But your potato mine will, you know, totally suffice if you plant them towards the front. Yeah. So basically the roof levels are the ones whereby actually having the garden rake is pretty ideal. Saves you like 25 sun at the start. Okay, yeah, that's fine. At least need 2 full lanes of this before I actually start committing to any actual offense. So yeah. Come on. Get more of this and then I'll be fine. And as always, I'm actually recording this immediately after the entire fog segment. So yeah, obviously to people who are just watching the entire VOD, you probably don't understand what I'm saying right now. But yeah, essentially I actually broke this up into parts before I spliced it together. So hopefully that doesn't break the immersion for you. But the reason I did that is because I didn't have enough time and over the weekends to just sit down and do this continuously anyways. I wish I did, but you know, life's tricky. Gotta focus on academics after all. Being so far away from home, that's kind of what you have to do. Well, I find solace in the fact that I at least can talk to you guys when I'm playing this game, right? So that's perfectly fine. Okay, cabbage pulp. Yeah. Basically 2 full lines of cabbage pulp should be enough. And I'll put the pumpkin as a essentially like a defense for like if the cabbage pulps are gonna be taken. All that essentially, but I think this will be perfectly fine. DPS is I think slightly worse than a pea shooter, but essentially it's still like 10 hits on a normal zombie, 20 hits on a cone hit, everything basically, and 30 hits on a bucket hit. Basically it goes from like 10, 20, 30. That's usually the math for it in case anyone wants to know. Okay, boom. Now that I have 2 lanes of that, everything should be fine. These waves should be proceeding pretty well actually. I think there is one that says like complete without actually planting a flower pot on the I think the old like mobile version of PVZ, so there's that. Now usually for this, right, you can have and employ the strategy whereby you do pumpkins on the middle lane, which should be fine, because if you think about it, right, if you do the pumpkins on the middle lane and you have another row of flower pots, they'll vault over this to the pumpkin row. So that would totally work out like this, essentially. It should arm in time. But I'll just put that in case. Okay, so we'll just watch how this works, right? Since he so conveniently decided to walk on the lane with the pumpkin. And again, if you guys want me to talk about something else, maybe in the next series that I do and I'll record, especially when I hear feedback on this series and or VOD, depending on which one you're watching this, okay? Then, you know, I will adjust accordingly. Because right now, I'm just playing the game how I see it. So it could be very different from the future. Like if you want me to talk more about, you know, other things instead of just the game stuff, I decided to do a balance whereby in the earlier parts, I did talk about like, you know, like my personal life a little bit, what I did last time in terms of what games I used to play. And then I talked a bit more, like pivoted a bit more towards the game because I think at least that keeps it current, you know? It keeps it real, like it doesn't break off the immersion by being like, oh yeah, what about that game, you know? What about that other game, you know? There we go. So yeah, that's kind of the reason why I do things like that. That pot is also strategically planted, by the way, for this. Yeah. Do that as well. Alright, so as you can see, you're starting to unlock pretty heavy hitters, right? And most of the times you would actually not use a pea shooter, especially when they start using like screen door zombies, because pea shooters only hit the screen door, which basically has the same toughness as a bucket head. So once you get these, like, you know, cabbage, corn, or kernel, sorry, not corn, kernel, and I think melon pulse, yeah, those three standard plants for like damage, and at least for the melon pulse area damage, you'll probably think like, oh yeah, that'll be perfectly fine. And then use them to counter actually the what's it called? You actually use it to counter the screen door zombie as well, because as a result of, you know, it being able to hit, like lobbing hits over, it will actually hit the head of the screen door zombie, and you know, like a normal cabbage pot takes about 10 hits and then it's gone. So yeah, you can count basically based on these. Okay, that's not ideal. So when I get another normal zombie, then we'll see. So let's just have these roll around. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it died. Okay, actually that's perfectly fine. Yeah, I might be actually wrong with how many hits it takes. Maybe it does double the damage. We'll see actually. Let's do some of the math for it. Boom. Okay, let's see. After this one, I'll count for this one essentially. Oh, this one rather. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, actually I think it's half. It does double damage, I think. Yeah, so huge brain fart from me about like what it does, but it worked out, right? Kernel pulp. I think I was confusing the kernel pulp and cabbage pulp. I think kernel pulp needs 10, and then the cabbage pulp needs, I think, 5. I could be wrong, but yeah, we'll see again. Yep. Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but yeah, that's basically the new zombie. Same gimmick as the screen door zombie. The ladder essentially tanks for them. So yeah. Am I missing anything in particular? Yeah, no, I need that. So, well, since I know bungee zombies, right? I guess I don't need as much like lane clearing. And as you can see, right, they decrease the number of flower pots you get. So over time, you need to spend essentially more in order to build outwards. So it refines your strategy for, like, you know, how you should handle things. And I could, by the way, spend one time in this, you know, level to actually get the I think 800 or odd sun or something, but I'm not gonna do that because that would mean probably 10 minutes of nothingness. Like, I need to probably sit there for 10 minutes to probably like actually stockpile, especially if I get twin sunflowers on double rows, which was an achievement on the mobile version. I think the best way to do those are, I think, in the survival missions. Like those, actually, yeah, the survival playlist, sorry, not survival missions, but the survival playlist. So if you play survival or know any form of survival, actually let's do proper counting for this, then you will know that, yeah, as a result of playing survival, you can stockpile a lot of sun. Yeah, it's double. 5. Did. Yep, 5. So that's 5. The kernel pot should be 10. Let's just count that. The butter is normal, so it's double. 1, 2. Okay, butter is 3, 4. Next one should be arm drop. Yep. 6, 7, 8, It should kill in time. 9, one more. 10. Yep, there we go. So yeah, essentially how it works, this does double then a pea shooter, and this does the same as a pea shooter until it shoots butter. So everything works out in the end. This one's slightly wounded, so I do need to put a pumpkin on it. Unless I put another layer of cabbage though. Frankly, I don't think higher damage is as important as crowd control, since there's always the chance to crowd control. And if something freezes in place, which I don't know how butter freezes zombies, but as long as something freezes the zombies in place, that's actually more important, so you can actually deal more damage like that. So yeah. I'm gonna add another row of, I think, corn guys. Yeah. I also like the theme for the roof a lot. To me, the ranking of the themes goes as such. The pool theme, like the one in the pool, the roof, followed by the night like the front yard night, then the normal theme, which I know a lot of people say is heresy. The normal as in the day. Okay, I'm just gonna call it like what it actually is so I don't confuse anyone. So basically my favorite themes are like basically the pool theme, followed by the roof theme. And after the roof theme is the night theme, then the day theme, and my least favorite is the fog theme. But honestly, I can understand why the fog theme is so nice. It's supposed to be the most ominous one. So yeah, it makes sense as to why people like it a lot. Butter him, butter him, butter him now. Are you not gonna butter him? Fine. Yeah, that's the only problem with relying on RNG to do that. Sometimes it just doesn't work. And actually, if you put the pumpkin there, he would just put the ladder on the pumpkin and climb over it. It basically just scales your pumpkin, you know, so that's unfortunate. He even does that to any walnut or, you know, walnut that you have. So if you ever see him, just magnet shroom, or, you know, hopefully got butter and anything to counter him. But yeah. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, come on, come on, come on. There we go. And his movement speed, by the way, for the ladder dudes, are basically the same as your, you know, your pole vaulter zombie until the ladder breaks or is used. So yeah, just bear that in mind that he does move quite fast. I think some of zombies move much slower than other zombies, and some move really, really quick. So like, the digger zombie is quite slow, and by contrast, the all the, you know, vaulting zombies, including essentially the ladder zombie, are all pretty fast. Like him, look at that. Yeah, buttered. Nice. Okay, now keep on buttering him. Yes. Okay, then he will die. There we go. I'll do this. Actually, that's a poor area, to be honest, but whatever. Up here or here is actually better. Yeah. There we go. Let's do that. Yeah, everything's working out totally fine, actually. Die. Oh my god, dude. He ate so many of my plants. Umbrella, is it next? Oh, coffee bean. Perfect. Okay. I think with the coffee bean, I can showcase how gloom shrooms actually work best. So basically that. Let's see, I need these. Okay, no, because I will lose my instance, right? So I need that. Let me think. What else would be good? I think I will still pick the kernel pulp only to slow down zombies. So yeah, I think that'll work out great. So basically flower pots on this area. You'll see in a second how it works. I'm surprised coffee bean was this early. I thought it was like 5-7 or something. I was thinking like umbrella now. And then what else was there? Wait, really, what else was there? Umbrella, melon pulp, garlic. Hold on. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. I'll remember when I see them again. Blow up. Don't worry, the strategy is brilliant actually. By the way, doesn't matter if you put the coffee bean before or after you plant the gloom shroom, since it really wouldn't matter. Oh, that's less than ideal actually. Well, let me just do this for this lane then. I forgot the pumpkin, but that's fine actually. Yeah, okay, sure. I better wake that up before I waste it actually. Yeah, wake up. I'll plant another thing over there. Yeah, so that's essentially what I plan to do. Okay. Okay, wake up. Yes. I think that's still in range if I get this one. No, it's not in range actually. Yeah, that won't be in range. Ooh, that's a bit odd. Okay, I got a plan for that. Hopefully that works. Oh, that didn't work. That's actually pretty unfortunate. Okay, this will have to work. If not, I'm kind of cooked. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, I wasn't paying attention and the gloom shroom's now gone. That's unfortunate. Not really selling a good idea of how it works right like this. But yeah. You got to keep trying. Okay. I mean, the plan is still alive. I have to keep doing that actually. Yeah, that's not good actually. To do that. Oh my god, actually ate the wrong thing. Yeah, I'm just getting a bit frazzled by all the stuff that I'm supposed to actually be doing, to be honest. And that will probably kill if it does butter. Oh, getting really lucky there with the butter actually. Okay. Can't blame me for like having that kind of luck actually. Oh, come on. Come on. Yep, go. Okay, that should work if everything goes according to plan. That should actually work. Yep. Yep. Butter him. Okay, now he's dead. Good. That's kind of the reason why you need the butter for this to really work. If you don't have like the pumpkin, it's kind of my bad for not picking the pumpkin. Yes, that is my bad. But yeah. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Let's get the thing. Okay. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, that's actually not good. Butter. Oof. I think if you upgrade it, it just like refreshes itself, right? Yeah. Remember that being a thing. Okay. And if you want, you could put like a fume shroom here, which should cover the range, by the way. So it goes across all of that. Yep. Uh-huh. So I think that's my strategy there. Like fume shrooms to cover these. Honestly, I think it's a kind of an oversight from the developers, but if you notice, right, the magnet shroom is actually, its eyes are still open, but it's, you know, asleep. The other plants, or rather the other mushrooms, when they're actually asleep, their eyes are closed to kind of reflect that. Oh, there he is. Football zombie. Uh-huh. Perfectly fine, dude. Alright. Probably put a bunch more like fume shrooms here. Yeah, this does work, by the way. It goes through their thing. Bye-bye. Watch the area damage. Oh, that's so good, man. Again, better if I had pumpkin, but I don't have the extra seed slot, so that was my bad. More fume shrooms, I guess. There's no point planting towards the front, mainly because you won't really have like enough time for this to actually work. That's why usually the front you'll get like garlic and everything like that. By the way, what is mustache mode? I was reading that as an achievement. Do I just type mustache? Like mustache. Oh, there it is. Mustache mode. I was trying to remember what that was. I saw that as an achievement, by the way. Okay, that removes that. Yeah, my defense is basically solid already. So, yep. Magnetize, then die. Yeah. I remember there's a mode that I think gives you like futuristic glasses. I think it's just future, right? Like, future. There we go. And that's so cute. Ah, man. Gloom Shroom died. It's okay, though. Again, my defenses were never the most ideal in the first place, so that was fine. Apparently, some speedrunners I've heard, right, what they do is that they have the, you know, this future with the glasses thing because the zombies react much faster in the sense that they don't actually, like, delay in between, like, they don't delay in between, like, I think eating the garlic or something. I don't really remember what it was about, but apparently that was the main reason behind it. Oh, watering can. Right, Zen Garden, I've unlocked it right now. Although, it's just more like a novelty thing. So this is not main part of the story. I would have read it, but it's novelty essentially. And you don't have the glove to move this, so it's pretty irritating. Basically what it does is that you water plants, get money, and then you give it fertilizer, and then they will mature into bigger plants essentially. You can also tell what kind of plants they are, like whether they are the more expensive, like actual seed plants and everything. Hey, welcome to the Zen Garden section of my shop. Thank you some fertilizer for stopping by. Yep. Not really gonna spend it now. Yeah, what I meant is you need this. Okay, I'm just gonna buy this anyways, but like what I meant is you need this to move around. And what I was saying is that if you actually want to know which kind of plants you get, the tiny sprout without the 3 petals is basically those like rarer, more expensive plants when you sell them, if you want to sell them anyways, because those are the plants that you normally get, like sunflower and all those stuff essentially. These are marigolds, and For all intents and purposes, this is everyone's most hated plant in, you know, PvZ1. Zen gun's pretty nifty, huh? You can visit it anytime from the main menu, but enough of that, it's time to defend your house. I have to warn you, you're going to hate this next level. The bungee jumping one, right? Yeah. Yeah, non-stop bungee jumping zombies that after bungee zombies, yeah. I hate those confounded bungees, I hate them. I hate them with a passion and a vengeance. Whoop-de-doo, here come those idiots now. Whatever. Yeah, it's the bungee one. I can understand why you dislike it because it's really annoying anyways. No, cherry bomb. Anyways, like what I was saying, because this entire level is pretty straightforward. Oh yeah, the marigold. That was one of the plants I was missing. Right, the marigold. So basically I have umbrella, garlic, marigold, and the watermelon. Melon pulp. Yeah, I think that's the 4 that I'm missing actually. Can you give me something to attack with? Whatever, okay? Oh, damn it, I didn't time it. Whatever. Yeah, you don't give me anything to attack with, I can't really do anything, to be honest. Anyways, I'm mainly going to let like this kind of mission play out, but at the same time, I'm not gonna do that per se, not because I don't like it, but because this mission pretty boring, or this level rather, really boring. Most of the time is you just waiting essentially. Bucket hit, eh? Okay, fine, pumpkin. You're gonna be stalled, buddy. Yeah, so again, the roof levels, not the most challenging levels in the game, but some of their niches allow you to, you know, actually expand upon like what kind of strategies you want to use. Mainly because like what I mentioned already, the idea of the roof levels is that you basically get your full arsenal once you reach the roof levels. Because of the coffee bean and everything like that. Yeah. Let's keep that. A lot of pumpkins, a lot of flower pots, and not enough chompers, honestly. There we go. I'll let it eat that actually. That's the only way you could get to that. Alright. Hurry up. Eat. That's one. I guess I'll do that then. I think that makes sense. Usually once you have like a surplus of chompers, if you get a surplus of chompers, usually the idea would just be to shovel out one of them and then like just replace it, because the downtime of the chompers is just too long, dude. There we go. Huge wave of zombies that are gonna be airdropped in. Like, where's the bungee rope even attached, by the way? Yeah, you want to take a... Oh! I was gonna be like, you want to take a cherry bomb? Okay. I wouldn't have lost anything, though. But it's okay. Besides, they gave me back my cherry bombs. Boom. There we go. That'll be ideal. I think the setup is more or less finished. Yeah. I'll just wait for them to slowly creep on because I don't have enough chompers. Basically, this is one of those levels whereby you don't even need to play on the top of your game since your fate is entirely in the hands of RNG anyways, so yeah. Come on, eat faster. I'll replace the 3 there in a second. Okay, fine, dude. A bit early. Should have been a bit later there. Okay, sure. Boom. Oh, what the heck? It still ate the thing. Okay, so... Eat it, eat it, eat it. Oh my god, it still left the thing there. So what you can do is this. Haha. You shovel away the ladder as well. So yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, eat. I'll let that one eat and then I'll do that. Shuffle that. Yep, eat. Replace that. Yeah, so you need to be careful with what you're shoveling anyways. I have a lot of pumpkins, so just keep doing that then, dude. Yep. Okay. Boom. There we go. So what I can do is just wait for him to like crawl over that and I spade that out. Yeah, there you go. Okay, this has to happen. Yeah, money, 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 money. Here comes the money. There we go. Gotta replace all these lanes with, you know, the chompers currently occupied. There we go, there we go. How about... that worked. Okay, here would work fine actually. There we go, pretty ideal. Okay, another flower pot, I can just put it there. Just do that then. Just hurry up, give me something. Show me something. Okay, fine. Boom. Garlic, yeah. Yeah, that springy sounds because I turned off future. To show you the difference for, you know, having the garlic and having no garlic. Yeah, but I don't have a counter to that. Well, anyways, I'm gonna show off a bunch of things, so... Let's see, I don't need a magnet shroom. Let's see, I'll need this though. Actually, no, what the hell? I almost griefed myself there, literally. Okay, this should work. And I know what you're saying, yes, I don't have an instant. But, well, not really an instant, but I don't have an instant and the, potato mine, yeah, that's what slipped my mind actually. Yeah, I don't have the potato mine, so as a result of that, how am I gonna deal with this? Well, normally people who abuse potato mines are like, you know, it's really easy to abuse the potato mine, so I don't have to worry about that too much. I was actually lucky with the butter there, honestly. Just sunflowers first, then eventually I'm gonna do the laning thing, and then you're gonna see the brilliance of it. Come on, come on, come on. I'll let it advance a bit more. Can advance a single tile further, actually. Yeah, okay, sure. Oh, I got lucky with the butter again. 2 butters. Oh. I'm getting really lucky with the butter, actually. Oh, okay, amazing. We'll just see how lucky I am with this butter this time, right? Okay, advance 1 more tile. Okay, let's go. Butter? Nope. Kernel. Still lucky though, game. Like, honestly. Getting any butter is actually lucky. That's all I'll say. Yeah. There, butter. Butter again. 2 butters at the end. So I think the starting, what I'll do is that I'll just focus on getting 2 lanes of the kernel pulp while I set up the, essentially the fume shroom. So let me just do that. Yep. So since it rolls here, right? Yeah, I think the idea is do that. Then you guys get to see like how that actually happens. Okay. Go on, continue. There's no point putting like multiple garlics here since they will just keep crossing lanes. So if you don't want that to happen, then just don't do that, you know? So yeah. Butter. Watch. Okay, this is turning out pretty well. So I'll do that so I can protect this guy. Yep. And why use the pumpkin around is in the odd event that like they break through your garlic very quickly, then you need like a counter, right? So just watch that, okay? Watch the garlic. That face. Look at that face. Okay. Now, let me continue on and use future. Yeah, so you're gonna see how they don't make that face, especially when you do that really quick. So just watch if it doesn't get buttered anyways. Look at that, much faster. Those few seconds in theory shouldn't make much of a difference, but to speedrunners it's everything. I don't claim to know anything about speedrunning, so I guess that works, right? So you can watch when the setup is complete, right? It's really, really good. Essentially, they're only funnel through these two lanes. That's not ideal, actually. Oh! Oh, it didn't run over the garlic. That's actually quite surprising. Aha. Yep. I'm surprised it didn't run over the garlic, actually. Really surprised. Then I'll just do that. Okay. Yeah, this setup is pretty good, actually. There we go. That sunflower got wounded slightly, but I think it's fine. So, one more gloom shroom and one pumpkin and everything should be fine. Can I do mustache on top of that? Mustache. Oh yeah, I can. So, you know, shades and mustache. But I'll probably turn it off for the next level because I'm sure you guys are not here to see like funky zombies in mustache, you know? So, yeah. Catapult. Okay. Stop there, catapult. And that's actually the reason why you don't put the garlic like here. Because if you have the catapult zombie, he just runs over that garlic. So here is good. In fact, I thought he ran over the garlic already just now if you saw that, but apparently not, so that's fine. Anyways, I don't really like the mustache and the sunglasses, so I'm just gonna remove it now. Mustache. Future. Yep, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, again, surprised it didn't run over. In theory, you could put some gloom shrooms here as well, but the point of having this is so that they can deal area damage around, you know? So, in theory, the best is like spikeweed all the way and then gloom shrooms with garlics here. There we go. Okay, I need to protect that one. There we go. Oh, it ate that sunflower. Technically, it ate it, but yeah. Boom. There we go, umbrella. You can get under my umbrella. There we go. So, umbrella radius is basically the same as your gloom shroom. So, it would work in theory that way. Let's see. Yeah. So essentially, I swapped away pumpkin for, you know, that. That's perfectly fine though. Again, the limits of like, you know, having fewer seed slots and everything. You could definitely win this level even without the umbrella. But like, okay, that lane. but like it's, you know, it's just a bit less annoying to deal with because the umbrella does counter the bungee zombie as well. So, you know, it's always good to have multiple counters to something, right? Butter. You might be thinking this is some very weird positioning, like you haven't seen me plant plants like this before. Yeah, I have a reason for it. I mainly prioritize optimal sun production first before like anything, in fact. So optimal sun production would require me to do something like that, actually. At least for me, it could be different for other people anyways. So okay, here. Last hit. Dead. There we go. Okay, so what you do is just put an umbrella here, protects all plant. But to overlap this, you just need one more there. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that'll be fine. And we do another one here. This corner block here should be fine. Let me think. Would be a good time now. I guess so. Wake up. There we go. Mind you, the bungee zombie can target any plant you have on the field, so you could even go up for that one and I wouldn't be able to protect it. So yeah, just be mindful of where you put them essentially. Okay, I'll need to put a garlic there in a second. There we go. I don't mind if the bungee zombie takes the garlic, just not this. So, yeah. There we go. Okay, the gloomshroom is up actually. So, a bit more sun. Come on, sun, sun, sun. There we go. Okay, now that's pretty ideal. If it overextends for those, I actually don't have protection for that. Hopefully they attack the back line. Oh, not yet. That's actually perfectly fine too. Freeze in place. Yep. So again, where would you put the stuff here, right? In order to make the max of protecting all your plants, because this protects these, and if you want to protect these, you need to put one there. So what you would do is that your umbrella should be here. Protects these. It doesn't protect that though. So again, there is a way to deal with that one. So let me just do this. So at least all of this is protected. Okay, let's see. Should I put more corn? Yeah, that's protected. Just watch. There we go. I think I'll just put one here to protect everything. Yeah. Actually, no. It should be here. What am I doing? Huge brain fart there, actually, by me. Oh, it's 3 waves. Okay. Yep. Eat it real quick, huh? There we go. Okay, let's see. I think here... Yeah, that works. I know it looks very weird, but... It makes sense, okay? Trust me. It does. Okay, here, yeah, here. Okay. I could put fume shrooms here since they do reach, but they only reach up to here, so not good. This one reaches all the way, so that's why I put like corn. That makes much more sense actually. Trying to steal the umbrella. Brilliant move, dude. Now see the garlic is a bit hurt right there. There's no reason to replace the garlic anyways, and just watch. Boing. Yep. There's no reason to replace the garlic. Just let the garlic completely finish its job. And yeah, since I got enough sun and I'm floating, I'll just delete that one. So I have more chance to crowd control. I think that's good actually, this entire setup. To make sure this lane's a bit more protected, I'll do this. Yeah, there we go. All of this is protected, in fact. That's all the important plants, just umbrella overlapping each other. So I can literally sit back and not do anything and I'll be perfectly fine right now. Boom. In fact, I'm gonna try and replace all the sunflowers slowly with kernel pods, which I'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 900 sun. Boing. So basically everything is perfectly protected right now. And don't get me wrong, I could put a few more fume shrooms over here to kind of protect, but then this doesn't really protect. This one will protect all of that actually, so I don't know why I said that. Huge brain fart. Huge brain fart, in fact. This protects all of this. This protects these, so yeah. Huge brain fart on my part, but hey, it works. Let's see. Which lane is actually lacking? None of these lanes, actually. All of these lanes are doing perfectly fine. Oh, the guy was frozen in place with the butter while his tongue was sticking out. Okay. Nah, bro. Bye-bye. Yep. Okay, let's start doing that. Should be able to replace it before the last flag actually hits. Yep. Okay, gone. Yeah. Okay, now I can replace all of them. I did the math. I should be floating only a slight amount of sun. You can do that if you want, dude. I mean, you will always be floating sun so long as, you know, it's raining sun. So you don't actually have to worry about not having enough sun, to be honest. I think I'm a bit soft, so let me just adjust it a little bit. I think it's a bit better now. Yeah, it's a bit better. It's also because when I turn away to actually look at like how my audio levels are doing, I'm not actually looking at the monitor, so I could be talking a bit softer and a bit louder than others, but then again, that's what post-editing is for anyways. So yeah, I'm floating just a bit of sun. I think the next one is the money plant marigold, right? I think the next one's marigold. Then I will get what you call that? I'll get melon as the last one. There we go. Marigold. By the way, if you wonder why I have to play like essentially Adventure or New Game Plus, right? The reason is because in order to get yes, big boy is here. So in order to actually get what I need for, how do I say this? In order to get like a specific zombie, that one, you have to play New Game Plus. It doesn't spawn anywhere except for that. So again, most of this not really important, so I'm just gonna do that. Yeah. Now, if you're wondering why I'm using this specific setup, right? It's because, first of all, if you notice, there isn't really any of those like catapult zombies, so that's kind of why I'm free to not use the umbrella leaf. But I'm pretty sure in the next one they throw everything at you. So at that point in time, you should be prepared for like, oh yeah, what can I do to prepare myself for the next round, right? In this level, you can literally just get away with these two. So yeah, perfectly fine. Perfectly preserved. And at least I've only essentially lost once, which again, playing with like, you know, a brain starved of sleep and recording those actually like sort of back to back, because I recorded I think night and pool back to back, then I recorded, and rather I'm recording like, you know, fog right now back to back with this one. So as a result of that, that's kind of why I was like, sometimes some of my decisions are pretty dumb. Again, hopefully this doesn't really break your immersion of the whole like, oh, you know, I'm not doing this in one shot, because I've never said I was doing this in one shot. I just recorded when I have time and I will stitch it together. Who knows, maybe I would actually just cancel this part out for the main what do you call it, for the main actual like long VOD. Maybe I would just mute the audio for the section, but that's okay, because if I mute it, it's not authentic, and I think what people like the most is authenticity, right? So yeah, why not be authentic, you know? Not too difficult anyways. I'm pretty transparent about my authenticity anyways. Okay. As I'm floating, I might as well just spend some. Yep. Again, you see, just having the data mine so good. Yeah, luckily I protected that lane already. Now, you might be thinking, oh, why don't I actually spend money on the garden rig? Well, frankly, I can spend money on the garden rig, but the reason why I don't is because it kind of speeds up the progress bar a bit. Now, how do I describe this? The garden rig is usually on these two tiles, okay? Or these two like columns actually. So since they're on these two columns, by killing the zombie quickly, you're not exactly saving much time. You save maybe 25 sun, but you know, your economy still hasn't really grown, so you can't really say that it's any better. Anyways, since you guys already seen the big boy Gargantua, or Gargantuar, however you want to pronounce him, basically he kind of needs 2 instants dunked on him before he dies. So a lot of the general convention is yet he's here double. Sorry, brain fart. A lot of the general convention is that he has double the health of your typical zombie because he can withstand 2 instants before dying. But yeah, don't think too much about it. It's just a zombie, okay? He dies pretty quickly anyways. Man, I should really have my water bottle or something with me when actually I'm talking for like a prolonged duration, because I do get thirsty. I think this is something I need to make a mental note for myself the next time I actually do any of this thing. The air is dry, so yeah. A big boy is here. Let's see how much the butter can stall the big boy, right? Until he gets... If he gets stalled enough till he gets the plaster on his arm, right, then I will fully go and smack him. There we go. Plaster on the arm. Soon. Bye. Basically, the plaster on the arm means that he's more or less good enough if you take a bit more damage for either instant. It's best to use Jalapeno because his other ability is to throw his little baby at you, the imp. And the imp is very fragile, but eats through your things like butter, so yeah, yes, using the Jalapeno is better for like the second one, and the first thing you should just use the squash if you want to deal with him like instantly. So basically squash, and then when he throws the baby, yeet the baby, and then flower pot, and straight away Jalapeno. Or just dig up one of this and straight away Jalapeno. Everything is fine. It works perfectly fine that way anyways. But yeah. Let's just see how much the butter can really stall. I won't have enough time to replace the entire backline with like kernel pulse, so I'm just gonna put like some pumpkin here and I think I'll be done with it. Yeah. There we go. Hmm. Oh, by the way, I'm pretty sure the Zen Garden works on an IRL timer. So like after a certain amount of time, then if you come back to your Zen Garden, all your plants will be thirsty and want to, like, you know, be watered, everything like that. So it's not like you can, I think it's not like how long you spend in the game. Even when you're offline not doing anything, when you come back, it's, you know, available. That's your way of saying like, hey, come back to the game, man. Your plants need you. Okay, that's fine. Let's see, can you stall the big boy? Stall the big boy. And by the way, this is what I mean. So when you do that, okay. If he doesn't get stalled again, right, I will need to use the jalapeno. Put it back here, actually. Oh, he died. Amazing. Okay, now the final level before the storm. Now everything is up against you, so this is where you actually use like this only for that. That's it. For this, he can be dealt with essentially with just your pulse anyway, so like that would be ideal already. But the thing is, you don't need the cabbage pulp, so that's perfectly fine. And I know what you guys are thinking, like, bro, did you just play this without the umbrella leaf? Which is like a bad idea, like what you said. It's actually perfectly fine. In fact, if you're lucky enough, like with all the RNG, right, you can get your melon pulp out essentially before, you know, like if you time it perfectly. What am I saying? Again, a huge brain fart. You can essentially just get the first offensive plant you use for like dealing damage as your melon pulp by just, you know, saving up on these potato mines. So that's essentially what I'm going to do. I'm gonna kernel pulp. I think 2 lanes of kernel pulp and everything else will be melon pulp. And then I'll have like some magnet shrooms over here. So yeah. Boom. Yep. So because of your melon pulp shenanigans, you have to be careful. You have to really like do your economy really quickly. The best is if you have 3 full lanes of sunflowers for this one, since it's so expensive. Or if you have the twin sunflower, but it's 2 seed packets and I don't have nearly enough seeds for that. So no. So I'm just gonna use 2, actually gonna use the biblical level greed. Yes, I know the meme. Basically that greed for 3 lanes of sunflowers. You know, if you know, you know. But yeah. You kind of have to, honestly, for this one. You're just gonna go heavy melon pulp anyways. There we go. Over there, so yeah. That refreshes quick enough. That'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be fine actually. It will refresh quick enough. There we go. My first attacking plant, the melon pulp. I know. Yes, and everything is actually pretty alright. Let's see. I'll just do that then. Boom. He'll die, so don't worry about it. And because they deal area damage, sort of like a 3-peater, it's very dangerous in large numbers, essentially. Actually, I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna have 2 rows of melon pulp and 1 row of cabbage pulp. I think that would actually make it a lot more interesting, right? So I'm not playing safe at all with like the stalling and everything. Yep. And you see, with these setup, everything just evaporates, dude. Okay, time to push the line forward. I think I'll add the magnet shrooms over here after that. I think Gargantuar is only on the second wave, by the way. I don't think so. There we go. I don't know why he's still spinning, by the way. He's just insane. Bye-bye. Okay. I'm gonna need like Kernel Pulse already, actually. Yeah. Oh god. I'll just take it, it's fine. Thank you. Oh no. Like, you will not take my melon pulp. You can take the sunflower or even the kernel pulp, but not the melon pulp, dude. You know how expensive those are? Yeah, I better have more diversity, otherwise they'll just keep taking my melon pulps, man. Give them more options to steal from me. Sounds really weird. Yeah, okay, take that. Bye-bye. I'll do this over here. There we go. Why am I doing in the back line now? Well, a few reasons. But mainly so I can spread out the thing a little bit more. No, that's perfectly fine. That. There we go. I think with enough melon pulse, as you can see, it would definitely be able to deal with the bungee jumpers. So, yeah. Okay, sure, why not? Still no Gargantuar yet. Surprising. Yeah, but this is seriously enough area damage to just level an entire field, man. So, I don't think so. No, it didn't take that. What the hell? There we go. At least it died. So easy, right? Playing with this kind of thing. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Just take that. I was very slightly wounded just now anyways. Yep. Stop playing your tunes, bro. Goodbye. Yeah, just keep taking the sunflowers. It's perfectly fine. Still no Gargantuar yet, honestly. Yeah, basically what I wanted to say before I was interrupted was that if you put the melons behind, right, any of the forward plants being taken can actually be protected if these pult at the, you know, the bungees. So yeah. Okay, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay, I think this is like a perfect setup now. I'm surprised there's no Gargantuar, honestly. I think the only problem I have is when they just airdrop the rest of the stuff here. We shall see. Nah. That's okay. Boom. That was actually pretty, like, fortunate, to be honest. Let's see, right? Can my things deal with the guy himself? This will be pretty entertaining. Oh, there goes the imp. But the imp dies to, I think, 2 watermelons. Oh, 3 watermelons still. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's okay, though. Just deal with that. Aw. You died. Big boy died. 1 hour and 9 minutes. This is definitely the longest part of the series. Homeowner, you have failed to submit to our rightful claim. Be advised that unless you comply, we will be forced to take extreme action. Please remit your home and brains to us forthwith. Is it? I don't know. Is that an R? I really can't read this kind of handwriting. Dr. Edgar Zambos. Uh-oh, he's here. Better get ready. It's gonna be one heck of a fight. Listen though, I know what his weakness is. You have to hit him in the pancreas. No way, that's a different guy. You have to kick him in the... No. You have to press up, up, down, down, left, right. What, BA start? Oh wait, I remember. It's... Yeet. Please just take him. Just take him. He's a crazy neighbor and I don't want to deal with him. So yeah. Again, pretty straightforward fight to be honest. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. There we go. I'll speak minimally for this part, not because I don't have anything to say, in fact I have a lot to say, but the tunes for this fight, just brilliant. So I just want to like listen to the music essentially. Uh-huh. Freeze. Yep. It's probably gonna be ice. Yeah. Usually what I do is that after I deal that, I instantly freeze him again. So that I can then deal very high, like extra damage to him. I'm not really getting very lucky with the, you know, the freaking things. Alright. By the way, try not to like be too predictable with where you're placing your things, to be honest, because in like the later phases, right, it's very annoying where he usually hits his thing. It's like instant deletion of like most of your stuff, so to speak. Die already. Okay. Probably gonna be fire if I were to guess. Yeah. By the way, this is definitely not being recorded after the fact because sometimes it's very predictable what he's actually going to... Oh, damn. Mistimed that. Yeah. So at least you know that this is actually not recorded after the fact. But yeah. Sometimes it's very obvious to know like what he's gonna do. Usually how I gauge it is by sometimes it has a bit of an RNG tied to how many available instants you have. But, you know, I could just be pulling shit out of my ass, so who knows. So, yeah, you're gonna watch how that guy dies so quickly, alright? Watch. There we go. A bit late though, to be honest. Oh, fire, okay. I mean, I did use like a bunch of jalapenos anyway, so that was fine. Yeah, I need a watermelon down here. It's suffering. Bungie's right. Freeze. Yeah, so now I don't have anything. I don't really like to keep things anyway, so... Understandably, it makes sense. Okay. Yeah, watermelon, go. There we go. Aha. Dead. Yeah, perfectly fine. The pogo won't really make it. Probably stops around here, if I were to guess. Ah. Okay, probably fire, right? Oh, ice. Okay. Slow down. Chill, dude. Chill. He's about to smack me very horribly. And you're gonna see what I mean. I think he's gonna take out this section. Or maybe that section. Probably that section, if I were to guess. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, I literally expected that, by the way. I thought he would have done it immediately, but he put on his thing first. So, I need flower pots. Okay, fine. Flower pot, flower pot, flower pot. Okay, thank God. There we go. And considering that I use ice shroom, maybe it's gonna be fire next. We'll see. Yeah, I just need the flower pots replaced. That's the only thing I'm annoyed with, especially on these levels. Like when he takes out all of your plants, right? Yeah, that's fine. When he takes down all of your plants. Okay, that's a thing. Yeah, when he takes down all of your plants, he also takes out the flower pots, which is the annoying thing. I don't care much about like if like, you know, he kills the plants itself because you can get them, but because you have to replace both the flower pot and then the plant, it means you need essentially when he clears the 6, you need 12 total, by the way. So just be mindful of that. Surprising lack of kernel pulse, by the way. Boom. Oh my god, boom again. Hopefully it's fire because I didn't really want to waste too many jalapenos there. Just had to. What? I was like, what? What exactly do you step on, dude? I don't know why that was a step on sound. Yeah, since I have ice shrooms, I'm just gonna spam them a bit. You don't really need more than at least 2 in the reserve, so yeah. Please be fire. Yep, expect it. Yep. Okay, come, just deal damage to him. What the hell? I thought I froze that already. Huh, maybe a bit too quick, right? Yeah, and the next one when he bends over for me. That sounds out of character. When he bends over for me, he's dead. Yeah, okay, fine. More flower pots, please. I wanted to save that actually, but that's perfectly fine. Yeah, but the next time he bends over, he's dead. Even if I don't like predict his what thing he's going to use, he will just be dead. Die. Die. Okay, he will definitely die this time. Oh yeah. Okay, just speed that up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is this. Freeze, so it does all the damage it can. And then freeze again. So all the damage you can. Freeze again. I'll prepare this if it's fire, but with his ice, by the way. Freeze again. And watch. Oh, okay. Stop in place. Die. Pretty easy anyways if you like have all of those stockpiled essentially. Yes, give up. 3 diamonds and the silver flower trophy. Home lawn security earned, complete adventure mode. Now here's the thing. I could roll the credits, right? But you know what I'll do instead? I'm just going to go and actually get a drink so you guys can listen to the credits, because like, yeah, I actually, frankly, will I get copyright for anything? I hope I don't, but I'm just gonna include it anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna go get drinks so you guys can hear this, because I remember this before. I think this was stuck in my head for a long time when I was a kid, so yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will end when the credits end essentially.
On got brains, we don't like zombies.
I used to play football. Protons protect my head. I have a screen door shield. We are the Undead.
There's a zombie on your lawn. There's a zombie on your lawn. There's a zombie on your lawn. We don't want zombies on our lawn. Maybe it's time to reevaluate. I know you have a lot of food on your plate. Brains are quite rich in cholesterol. You're dead, so it doesn't matter. Instead, we'll use the solar power to make a lawn defense at any hour.
I like a tricycle. Dirt powder on my head. I'm gonna eat your brain. We are the Undead.
There's a zombie on your lawn. There's a zombie on your lawn. There's a zombie on your lawn. We don't want zombies on our lawn.
Hey there, post-editing Ars9 here. So I should go on to explain what actually happened to the current guy that was actually playing the game. Well, he forgot to click the unmute button, so as a result of that, you actually didn't hear my rambling here, which was just me debating on how I was going to film the next couple of sections. Anyways, I wanted to thank you guys so much for watching, as well as explain why the entire music section was actually cut out for the roof theme. So as you see up there, the music was directed by Laura Shigihara, and that was actually not the person that copyrighted the roof theme. And also because I used Premium Beat, I decided to use the audio library that was available to find something that somewhat matches the theme of Plants vs Zombies. It's not exactly a perfect match theme, but you know, it fit anyways. At least I felt it fit. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the minigames.